Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Samantha Benjamin Allen, board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation, here again to do an educational piece with you on sexuality and disability. Now, sexuality is a very important aspect in our quality of life and should be addressed in a holistic approach to healthcare. It's a very important aspect in holistic healthcare and often neglected. So, I'm just here to speak to the providers here a little bit about a method which can be helpful in approaching sexuality with patients and talk to you a little bit about disability and sexuality. So, I recently had a conversation with a powerful and intelligent individual who has cerebral palsy, and she expressed that she has a desire for intimacy, to get married, to have children, and enjoy the pleasures that sex can bring despite her disability. And all of this is possible. So I just want to remind everyone that disability does not mean inability. Be mindful when you are around the disabled in our community who are working with us, going to school with us, worshiping at church with us, that they have the same needs for companionship and intimacy and relationships with people they can trust and feel like they have the space to have these types of conversations without feeling judged or like their interests aren't as valid because of their disability. So if you're out and about and see someone and you want to offer help, always ask them if you can help them. Don't assume that they can't do something for themselves. If you want to open a door, say, hey, you mind if I get that for you? Just give them that opportunity to say yes, so it's not assumed that they can't, because many of our disabled are doing great things and can do much of what everyone else can do, and sometimes more. So I just wanted to say that. And for parents of the disabled who are growing them up into adulthood, sometimes I see that they can be very overprotective or shelter them, which actually inhibits them from reaching their potential. So for instance, I saw a patient who has had a developmental cognitive impairment, but still functional, could do chores, but really wasn't doing much because the parents did everything for him. So I just encourage them, find some chores that you think he can execute and let him try, so that he has some sense of, what's the word I want to say? Agency is a good word. But it also boosts your morale when you feel like you can contribute something to the space that you live in. So just want to encourage people, if you care for someone who's disabled, test them with activities that they can do on their own, so that you do not inhibit their ability to reach a greater level of independence. That's why it's very important for the disabled to be engaged in therapies where they can enhance their level of independence, and also to prevent them from losing whatever function they do have. So the acronym I want to share with providers is BETTER. Many of you might have heard of it before, but the B stands for bring up. So bring up sexuality in your conversations with your patients. The E stands for explain. So explain that you are here and you're open to have any conversation with them regarding their sexuality. If they have any questions, concerns, or issues, that you're here and you're willing to listen. The next thing is the T, which is for time. So you want to time the conversation according to your patient preferences. They might not want to talk about it then, but at least you've opened the door to let them know that they have the space to when they're ready. So you time it on their preferences. And then the other T is for tell. So tell them that if there's an issue that you cannot address immediately, that you will refer them to a specialist, perhaps a sex therapist, or a specialist who can help them with their issue. Maybe it's a fertility issue or a spinal cord injury, who, because they've lost their function at the S2, S4, which is the sacral level of their spinal cord. They cannot ejaculate naturally, so they might have to undergo alternative methods to provide a sperm donation for fertilization of an egg, and they can still conceive with their partner. It doesn't have to be that they can't, because their level of injury doesn't allow it to happen the typical way. So that's another important thing. And you want to educate, which is the E, the second E in better. Educate them on how their disease or disability can affect their sexual function, and also if there's any medications that they're taking that can affect their sexual function, you want to educate them on that too, so they don't have an unexpected side effect. You rather prepare them for the potential of it, and it'd be great if they don't experience any side effects, but at least they know that's a possibility. And the R is for report or record. So you want to record that you had the conversation, any issues that arose, and what your treatment plan was, or if it's something that needs to be followed up at a next visit, at least you have it documented so you can refer to it afterwards. So I invite you to try this method with your patients, providers, and let me know how it goes. Comment below. This week, do it with your patients and see how it affects the rapport that you have with them moving forward. And if you are a disabled person or a caregiver to someone who's disabled and really more so homebound and not really getting out, and would like the expertise of a physical medicine and rehabilitation physician checking in on them, I invite you to join me at www.freedomwellnessphysiatry.com, where you can book your appointment, or just subscribe to my email list so you can receive more educational content on topics related to rehabilitation. Okay, so thank you for checking in. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else I wanted to say that I did not, but I think we covered the basics. Just remember, disability is not inability, and there are multiple ways to accomplish a goal. Sometimes you just got to think outside the box. So have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. I'm going to include some links to support organizations for people with different disabilities. So if you are a caregiver or someone who has a disability and want to get in a community where you can receive the support, the validation, the encouragement, the inspiration, the motivation that we all need to help us go through our days. You know, we shouldn't live in isolation. We thrive in community. So I'm going to share some links at the end of the video. That's what I want to say. All right. Peace.